hour here down on Fridays. And Dr. Precious, I'm going to be putting you on the spot.
Yeah, you're free.
I'm free too.
Yeah, you're free.
So a couple of days ago,
spontaneous.
we were discussing age,
Okay.
and marriage.
Okay.
And why the pressure is always on women to get married early.
Okay.
So once you go past the age of 32, 30, parents begin to, in fact, let me just put it at 25. Parents just begin to say, oh, you need to marry, you need to go, you need to just get married, you need to just do this.
That's true. That's true.
That's just the thing. You just begin to mount pressure. Now, it's either your parents are mounting pressure, or the society, or your friends, or even you mount pressure on yourself, because sometimes you just look at it and you're like, okay, because of the situation of things.
And especially when you see people getting married on Saturday.
And they keep selling ashwebi to you, and you're
feel
buying
so
a lot
bad.
of it, and you're feeling so bad. Now, somebody sent us a message and said, is it okay not to marry at all?
Wow. Let me take
Let's
you.
answer. Lady first and guy.
Okay, let me take you first of all to the first seemingly question. Why is it that there is pressure on women to marry on time? You see, it's very important you understand that the woman is like a flower. And every flower has its time to blossom and its time to wither. Okay? A man can get married at the age of 60, at the age of 50, at the age of 40 and still thrive. Okay? But a woman has her time. There is nothing called papapause, but there is something called menopause. Are you following me? So it's important when you see elders telling the lady you need to settle down.
I think that should be changed to womenopause.
No, it's it's menopause. You know why?
It should be womenopause, because that's the women.
I could tell you the origin of that. It's menopause because they're trying to let the women know that there's going to be a time in your life where there's going to be a pause on the rush of men coming at you, because your level of productivity will diminish. And you know what I'm talking about. So when you're getting to that time, parents will come on you and tell you it's better you get married right now. You see, I was talking to a girl some time ago, a while ago. Her name is Joyce, and she was telling me, she said, Dr. Precious, may God have mercy on us who used our future husbands as boyfriend, and used our boyfriends as husband material. Because the future husbands we used as boyfriends, we lost them. The future boyfriends we thought could be our husbands lost us. I don't know if you get what I'm talking about. So there is that rush on parents to see their children get married. There is that rush from the society seeing the average girl get married, because come on, sweetheart, time is not on the side of some ladies. And you see, for some women like you, that looks like vampire, you look the same every year. You keep looking beautiful the more older you get. But for some of them, the more older they get, the more matured and advanced they begin to look.
Let me tell you, insult me.
No, I'm complimenting you. Let me tell you a story of a young lady who was working with UBA. She was my account officer. Very beautiful, untouchable. Okay? Now, it got to a particular time, nobody could talk to her. She was high class, beautiful car driving, non-reachable. You know those kind of girls at the headquarters of UBA at that time. I'm not going to mention name. Now, many years went down the line, and she came to my office one day and said, you know what? I think I wasted my beautiful years for the bank I was with. Right now, I want to settle down. Nobody wants to see me. And the bank no longer places me at that pedestal where I'm put on the billboard. I'm the face of the bank. Right now, she's no more the face, and it's now dawning on her that it's time to get settled. And guess what was the solution? She turned to becoming a surrogate mom. That's another topic we need to talk about sometime later.
Okay, now you see, at this particular point, I am baffled.
I know you will.
Right? You were trying to dazzle?
No. I was trying to say the truth.
Okay, because this is where I kind of like figure out that we've confused the person who asked the question. If he should get married, she should get married or forget about marriage?
Now that's the second question.
So let me answer you first of all. So yes, I agree that women are like flowers.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree that there is a time to everything. Yes,
Yeah.
I also agree that sometimes you switch it around with your boyfriend or your husband and the husband, a boyfriend. Yes, I agree that all of that happens.
Okay.
But what I'm looking at is at that particular point in time where you go through all of this, you could get it right or you could get it wrong.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
some people were not even high placed, were not hidden,
Yeah.
were not proud, were okay, may not be the flamboyant looking fly all the time kind of woman.
Okay.
Or were okay. And the man never came.
Did you see the post of the young lady from the church who came out on Instablog
Yes,
to
and said
cry
she-
out? She
yes.
said, I was a good girl, I was going to church, I was doing all the good things, and nobody married me. And I went to check her profile. She's a beautiful girl,
But nobody
but
came.
nobody came.
Now in Africa, we say, or in Nigeria,
Okay.
we say she has a spiritual problem.
No, okay.
And then people begin to tell her to go for fasting and prayer,
For
then
cleansing,
for cleansing.
for-
She does deliverance and deliverance and deliverance,
Total
and
deliverance.
total deliverance
But-
until the man comes.
But
Now,
Tomisin,
I'm
do
not
you know-
saying that those things don't exist. I'm not
Okay.
saying that it does exist.
It's possible.
I'm just saying that whatever side you swing, I'm not going to battle your faith with you.
Okay.
But I'm just saying that some people were just not lucky to have those men come.
And,
Now, isn't it better for them to just know that marriage is not a do or die affair? Marriage is not a confirmation of your beauty. It's not a confirmation
Of your status.
success, of your status. If it means that you cannot get married, then live your life.
Yeah.
And try to live your life to the fullest. While you're trying to get married, the marriage doesn't come. Don't pause your life.
You can actually get the right person faster in your purpose. You know what I tell people is this: purpose and vision has a way of advertising a woman. There is a kind of woman every man wants to marry. I could tell you 5 guys, 5 kind of guys every lady will want to marry. Okay, but maybe subsequently in our next broadcast we'll do that. But let me tell you this: a woman in the hems of her purpose is always attractive. She's always advertising. Why? Because she's doing what God created her to do. The beauty of an airplane is not in the hangar, it's on the sky. The beauty of a fish is not in your pot of soup, it's in the water. Are you getting what I'm talking about? So the beauty, your beauty comes out when you're doing that thing you were meant to do. So in discovering purpose, yeah, you can find the right person, but it's not compulsory that if I don't get married, I'll commit suicide.
I learned the story of a 41-year-old woman
Okay.
a while ago. She should be about 43 now, who had difficulty finding the man.
Okay.
Good girl, went through school, had a good job, was doing fantastically well, but the man to marry her never came. The people who come are the chop and clean out. And because she didn't want to be chopped and cleaned, she stayed on her own. By the time she was 40, in fact between 38 and 41, she had tried suicide twice.
Wow.
She had attempted it. She was saved by music, saved by a brother, and then they stopped leaving her alone. And you know, one good thing again is she was living by herself.
Oh, so the
is
societal
normal.
tendency will be high.
Will be high. Now, because she was living by herself, which is a normal thing to do. I mean, you graduate from school, what I used to do in your parents' house.
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, she was living by herself. She had a support system from afar. But at the same time, she was a very quiet, introvertish person.
Oh.
She doesn't talk.
Does
So
she have friends?
She barely had. So what she was doing was crying herself to sleep, you know, cry. She goes to work, you feel all is normal, but you don't know that between the night and the morning where you saw her,
She has cried.
She has cried all night, or maybe she had even attempted
Tommy
to kill
Singh,
herself.
Tommy Singh, I want to tell you something.
You know what she did?
Okay, tell
She
me.
married someone as a second wife,
Okay,
had a child for the person.
that's not a crime.
Of course, that's not a crime. Now, do you see what she ended up doing was the first man that comes, I'm just going to say yes. Now, this is a good girl, Christian girl, all of that. She married a Muslim as a second wife. She was just too desperate
To settle
to
down.
just be Mrs. something. And I'm just asking the question: does the Mrs. bring more than the respect that you're a married woman? Because I once had a fight with someone and the person was like, and so what if you're married? You call what? So I once sent a mail to
Africa,
someone.
it's a big deal.
No, I once sent a mail. I live in Africa. I live in Nigeria, mind you. I've never walked outside Nigeria. But I sent a mail some time ago to somebody and I put Mrs. to Mrs. and the person sent back the mail. It was from one of the big conglomerates in Nigeria, not a Nigerian company, but has a branch in Nigeria. And the woman sent me a message and said, check our mail trail. Have been married for 15 years. There's no Mrs. in front of my name. That is not the proper way to put your name. Your name is your name. Your status is a matter of discussion. If I ask if you're married, you put it there. If I do not ask if you're married, I would have felt she was being jealous if she weren't married.
Yeah, and let me tell you another thing. You must recognize that this issue of marriage is not all the time a product of luck. At times, it's a function of character. A lady may have everything going on with her. She may be gainfully employed. She may be working in her purpose. She may be beautiful. She may have funds. She may be good looking. But is the character right? And some of them are hidden. Okay? The character is right. She's beautiful. She's working. But she's hidden. What do I mean by she's hidden? You get into your car. You go to the office. In the office, you're the I am that I am. You get back in your car, you go to the house, and then you go to church to bombard God. Father, when will I get married? And God is saying, get out there, meet people, interact with people. You never can tell. Maybe
so
that
you're
guy.
Like stuck inside.
Yes, you're stuck inside.
I used to draw a triangle.
Unreachable. You don't even have an Instagram ID.
So I'm like, I used to draw a triangle for myself. I had 3 points of that triangle. That's what the triangle.
That's a triangle.
So it was like a left side triangle or a right side triangle, because it wasn't even in 180 degrees, it was 90 degrees. So
that's a right angle triangle.
So I tell myself most times, I'm like, okay, I do this critic for me. But I said to me, see, the pinnacle of the triangle is home, then work, then church. So I looked at it one day and I said, where are your friends? Really? Where's the support system?
Where's your social life?
Where's your social? You're totally, it's practically like you have no life.
And let me tell you this, you need a balance.
Exactly.
If you don't have a balance, it will affect your mental psychosis. And at the end of the day, you may not be able to tell, but a very good medical psychologist will help you understand that every time you consistently manage such a life, it affects your way of thinking over time.
So you become myopic in your thinking. Dr. Precious, just simply tell us that if you maintain such a triangle, you become myopic.
You become infinitesimal in your thinking.
Why are you trying to confuse our viewers this morning?
You become infinitesimal in your thinking.
I'm just trying to let me just break it down. You become very myopic, you become very small in your thinking. You think within the box. It's difficult for you to see things that do not exist outside of the box.
This was what Mark was thinking about when he invented Facebook. This was what he was thinking about when he bought Instagram. You need to go on social media and bought WhatsApp. People need to get to interact. You need to start interacting. Do you know that those who never accepted the social media trend are the ones clamoring at the banks right now, trying to get money over the counter? Because you see, if you don't accept the trend, you may never grow with technology. And at the end of the day, you just think the man will walk up to you and say, oh sweetheart, I am interested in you. The trend has gone. Men have lost their pickup line. Some of them have lost the guts. Some of them may not be able to walk up to you, looking at you and say, I really want to go out with you. Are you getting what I'm saying? But when you make yourself available online, like you are interactive, you communicate with people, you never can tell. You may meet the right person online. I'm not saying it's 90% truthful, okay, but it's possible.
It's possible.
It's very possible.
So I think that one of the problems that we have right now is most people don't meet their spouses offline any longer.
Okay.
And when we talk about online relationship, that's let's even look at that on a different.
It's deep.
Later.
It's a course. I call it online 101. It's a very deep course.
So when you have like online relationship and you're trying to like meet people online, you're looking for trouble sometimes, and sometimes it works for people. So let's not go there. We look at that completely on another day.
Okay.
But still looking at, this one question is what the person asked. I'm just looking at, how would you be fulfilled as an individual if you do not get married? Because that's what you've been brought up to believe.
That's what you have seen within your scope.
Marriage is fulfillment. And sometimes people say marriage is the fulfillment of your purpose.
It's not.
Purpose and marriage, how does it come together? How does it meet together? Does it help? Does it not help? These are questions that will be in the heart of people. So I think we should help this person by just stating that in clear fact, your dream is your dream, your marriage is your marriage, your Christian life is your Christian life, your family life is your family life. So that's why you're a multifaceted individual with different parts to your life.
Yes.
You're not, you have your hand, you have your leg, your eyes, your nose, you have different parts of your body. So should you also have different parts of your life, different compartments to your life. You should face your dream and then your marriage. So if 90% of you is working and 10%
It's not working.
is not working,
You're still successful.
you feel that you're successful. But if you take 10% as, you magnify 10% as your 90, and you put the entire rest that you have going on for you as your 10,
Yeah.
you tend to be frustrated because you think nothing is working in your life.
That's
So
true.
it depends on your perspective.
That's true.
Half full, they say that cup is either half empty or it's half full.
Half full. I prefer the half full.
Do you get it? So
Yeah.
you look at it like, okay, what do I have going on for me? So you pick up your barrel as you're planning, you pick up your barrel, you make a list of all you have going on for you. Your dream, your job, your work, your friends, your family, your marriage, your business. Make a list, a very long, endless list. Your spiritual life, your Christian life, or your Muslim life, your fast, your closeness to God, your obedience to instructions, your life as a citizen of Nigeria or wherever in the world you're watching from. Take a look at all of that. Now score yourself over 100, over 100, over 100. Put all of this together and see the one where you had the lowest figure.
Yeah.
You discover that what you think is not going well for you is very small.
That's true.
In percentage to what you have going on for you.
That's
so how
true.
do we close?
And okay, on this note, I really want to say this, that you are not married does not mean you're not in God's plan. That you're not married does not mean you cannot fulfill your purpose. That you're not in a relationship does not mean you're not successful. Success is not a product of marriage. Success is a function of personal development and achievements. Okay. Now that you're not Mrs. somebody does not mean you should be less respected.
So you like have 10 seconds more.
Okay, so very importantly, guys, we really need to get out of that norm that says a young lady at 32 that is not married should be disrespected. We really need to get out of that. We need to have a mind reorientation. We need to have a mind sanitation and help the people understand that marriage is beautiful, but if you're not married, it's not the end of the world.
And my name is Tomisin Ojo.
And I'm Precious Was.
We'll see you again Monday morning, bright and early on the Bumper Breakfast. Don't forget, keep watching MITV. And of course, join us again at 5:30 this evening for the COVID-19 update.
Don't touch that dial. Bye-bye.